Welcome to this special episode of World Turning Points Asterisk. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and defining stories of our time. Asterisk, how did the United States become the world's superpower? Asterisk. From ragtag revolutionaries fighting an empire to becoming the economic, military, and cultural leader of the world. This is not just history. It's the story of bold vision, brutal wars, brilliant minds, and a belief in something greater. Let's go back to the beginning and trace the rise of America. 1. Before the rise, the colonial foundations. Long before America was a country, this land was home to thriving Native American civilizations. But the 17th and 18th centuries brought European colonial powers, mainly Britain. The British established 13 colonies along the East Coast, and these colonies would soon find themselves at odds with their king. Taxes, no representation, and a growing idea. Asterisk, we can govern ourselves. Asterisk, it was radical, and it was just beginning. The American Revolution, birth of a new nation. 1775. Tensions erupt into war. Outnumbered and underarmed, the American colonies fight the British Empire and shock the world. In 1776, the Declaration of Independence is signed. But this wasn't just a document. It was a declaration of intent to build something entirely new. 8 years of bloody war later, the United States is born, independent, untested, and filled with uncertainty. Laying the foundation, constitution, and expansion. Post, after independence, the biggest challenge wasn't just survival. It was structure. The Constitution of 1787 created a new system of democracy, balancing freedom with order and giving the young republic a blueprint to grow. Under George Washington's steady leadership, America began to expand, both physically and ideologically. Then came the Louisiana Purchase in 1803, doubling the size of the country overnight. And with it came ambition and conflict.
The Civil War, trial by fire, the issue of slavery, state rights, and the nation's very soul, led to one of the darkest chapters in American history, the Civil War. From 1861 to 1865, Americans fought Americans. Over 600,000 died, but in the end, the Union held. Slavery was abolished, and President Abraham Lincoln's vision of a more unified, equal nation began to take hold. America was reborn, bruised, but more determined. Industrial explosion, the gears of power. Post-Civil War, America entered a new phase, the Industrial Revolution. Steel, oil, railroads, electricity. Innovation became a national obsession. Figures like Carnegie, Rockefeller, and Ford transformed the economy. Immigrants poured in, cities expanded, and America became a global manufacturing giant. The economy boomed, but power was still in progress. World Wars. America steps up. In 1917, America entered World War I. Though late to the fight, it helped tip the balance and emerged more influential than ever. After isolation during the Great Depression, America entered World War II in 1941 after the attack on Pearl Harbor. By 1945, America had led the Allies to victory. It ended the war with an atomic bomb and emerged as one of two global superpowers. But this wasn't just military power. It was leadership. The U.S. rebuilt Europe with a Marshall Plan. It helped create the United Nations, and its economy was unmatched. The Cold War, the superpower defined. From 1947 to 1991, the Cold War shaped everything. The U.S. and the Soviet Union faced off, not on the battlefield, but through espionage, ideology, and influence. America built alliances like NATO, sent aid to fight communism, landed a man on the moon, and exported democracy and capitalism around the world. When the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, and the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991. Only one superpower remained: legacy and reflection. By the end of the 20th century, the United States stood at the peak of global power, militarily, economically, culturally. But the story didn't end there. New challenges emerged: 9/11, economic crises, rising global rivals like China. But the foundation remains: freedom, innovation, resilience. That's how America became a superpower. And now, the question isn't how it rose. The question is, can it hold its place? That is a story still being written. Thanks for listening to World Turning Points. If this story inspired you, challenged you, or taught you something new, share it, rate it, and join us next time as we dive into the next turning point in world history. I'm J.S. Tech Story, and this was how America became a superpower.